Welcome to our daily Forex range bar chart market analysis. My name is Derek Schimming, and this review is for Monday, April 15th. Now, just when we think the yen has no life left, we start the week out with the yen moving to the upside and showing actually quite a bit of strength on the day. You look at the currency strength chart. I'll go ahead and take off the CAD in New Zealand down here at the lower portion so we can focus on the six that are really producing the best opportunities on the day. It is the Aussie and the pound and the Swiss and the euro moving lower. The euro had the hardest time going down initially. The movers were both the pound and the Aussie. But those four currencies have been trending lower on the day. But more importantly is the fact that the dollar has been showing strength and the yen has been showing strength. We saw strength coming into it at the start of the market. We saw it gain some additional momentum to the upside during the start of the London time frame. And then late in the New York marketplace, we've then seen the yen gather some momentum once again. It's nice to see. You've got to just be very happy, and it's a glorious time to be focused on and trading the yen pairs consistently. They've produced some terrific opportunities so far this year, continue to do so, and I don't really think there's any reason to consider that would change in the near term. You look at the charts, Swiss yen on the top left, Aussie yen on the top right, and then the euro yen and the pound yen on the bottom left and right. And you'll notice that each pip study is a little bit different in the fact it's an 18 here for the Swiss, a 20 for the Aussie yen, a 22 for the euro yen, and a 25 for the pound yen. And what I'm doing by adjusting the studies is allowing for the greater volatility. And since each one represents about the same amount of time, if you look at the chart where the pivot point is, the adjustment for the pivots into the new day, then you can see that the pound yen has been the most volatile, followed by the euro yen, followed by the Aussie yen, and then followed in the rear by the Swiss yen. And all of them have produced great opportunities. The trades have been short today. And I think that we talked about this on Thursday. If we look at let's just look at this pound yen, for instance. On Thursday, didn't do a review on Friday. I'd like to get out of here. And we look at this going into Thursday on the pound yen, Thursday and Friday, and we talked about those critical levels where the pairs need to clear, what their tops and bottoms of the consolidation that we were seeing them go through. And then you get into today, you look at the zone and see how it has moved into the zone at the start, traded down, came back into my zone and traded down. Here would be a little bit of concern because it didn't set a new low, but it meandered sideways and stayed just below or struggled with S2 and then finally made this new move down, which was indicated early by the CCYX. We are seeing a marketplace that is definitely slow to move in New York. I think that's a pattern we're starting to see. The London time frame seems to be normal, where we have some activity leading into the market, the end of the Tokyo session and the pre-London type activity that comes into the marketplace. But the London markets definitely, the London time frame at least, seems to be trading its activity levels near the front of the session, which is typical. In the New York time frame, we're starting to see consistently seeing a pattern where there's moves that are coming late into the session for whatever reason, and don't know how long or how short that type of behavior is, or it's just anomaly at a short period of time. But it seems to be something we should ever more so be trying to take advantage of, whether that means adjusting your hours that you're approaching the market or extending your hours, which I hate to do, but extending the hours at which you look at the screen. It should be the overlap hours should be our primary time regardless, but a little bit of adjustment based on what we're seeing the market doing. Quite frankly, I think this puts us in a situation where you need to stay a little bit longer. When we're looking at the market, we talked about these upper levels on Thursday and Friday, the upper levels and ultimately the high set on Thursday that would need to be broken. Really, this upper level, we see it stayed below the pivot point on Friday, so it has stayed and obviously remained below the pivot and moved even lower, passing S3 now on the day. And a very similar pattern for the euro yen, Aussie yen, Swiss yen, in the marketplace. And on Thursday we talked about those levels, those support and resistance levels that needed to be able to stay above these levels to continue moving upward and be setting new higher highs and higher lows, which has failed to do. And then ultimately it was kind of critical to see it stay above this 152. Each of the pairs, if you look at that review the video from Thursday, you'll see each one of the pairs had some pretty decent, pretty identifiable short-term support and resistance levels. At this point, it's the support levels that concern us, and each one is obviously broken down. Come below those levels and you can see when the pound yen moved down, it came up and made this test move that is from some of these lows down here about 150, 160 or 50. If you mark some of these lows and just look at where they are, it's 38. This low right here comes down to 62, and you can see this move to the upside here was as high as 73. Started moving lower, and we've had it set lower lows on the day, and obviously has set a significant low with this most recent move in the marketplace. And again, this is not uncommon that we're seeing on several of the yen pairs, pretty much all of them, considering they've all broken down today. And the support and resistance levels were very critical since we had moved to new levels. And if, again, to reiterate what I said on Thursday, is those levels were critical to see give us an indication of what would be ideal. Moving higher, staying long, and wanted to be focused on the long and the potential momentum that could kick into the long opportunity. Or here today, as we've done, and I've only placed short trades a day. It's only made sense as far as I'm concerned. Not that there weren't some retracement trades and some opportunities alongside, but because we've broken down, the focus of being short is obviously most ideal. And again, as always, we're gearing up. The guest sessions will start next week. We're bringing traders in to spend a couple of weeks with us. That can in fact be you. You can do some of this analysis in real time and look at the pairs as we look at them and trade them the way we are trading them on a daily basis, and benefiting not only from the analysis and the reviews that we provide and do on a daily basis or nearly daily basis, so you can wrap up and look at what the market has done overall and discuss that, but also the stuff that we're doing in real time, building on this and staying focused on these pairs so we can take advantage. Again, you look at this euro yen as it's changed over, and you can see that those support levels where it broke down on Friday and stayed below those levels on Friday, then broke down today and stayed below the support levels that we saw on Friday, just like we just looked at pound yen. You'll see the same thing on Swiss yen. You'll see the same thing on Aussie yen. That Aussie has come to life. The Aussie yen pair has been much more tradable over the last week. Hopefully that will stay in play. That's a great pair. It's a little bit calmer and definitely a rewarding pair when it's on the move. So that is something to bring onto your radar if it hasn't been already. Obviously the focus has been on the yen pairs, but that is one we have been a little bit away from just because the trading ranges in the Aussie has been so flat. The Aussie is in play right now, and I think we should take advantage of it, and to some degree let you still take advantage of the yen and its volatility and the moves that it can make, but then it moves you away from the more volatile, the euro yen, the pound yen, that can be more volatile and for some traders maybe a little bit more nerve-wracking or risky and beyond your risk tolerances for trades you want to make. So take a look at Aussie yen and give yourself an opportunity to see that and trade that and benefit from the yen's movement. Again, come into our sessions for additional information on that. Schedule a free trial to put on your have any questions or comments, post them on the videos. We've got the yen pairs, look like they're moving down again right now, and you have a great opportunity here and hopefully for the week. So let's stay focused on it. We got a lot of news throughout both Europe and the US tomorrow that should stimulate the market. Tomorrow should be our biggest day in the market, followed by Wednesday, just based on news and the activity in the day of the week that it is. So let's be prepared for that. If you have any questions, info@fxrbc.com. That's info@fxrbc.com. I'm Derek Schimming with Forex Range Bar Charts. Have a great day trading.